Hello and welcome back to TreblD. This video is part 2 of our Beach House series. We'll be rotating modules and working with groups to create our building level. As we left it in the last video, we were looking for a loo, that is a toilet and a basin to put into the ground floor. We found one over at the missing out area, so we'll click on that tab and zoom into the guidepost and grab it by the X. Now fly back over to our model. We'll join it into the laundry at this point, zoom in and place X over X. We need to rotate it into place, so we use the rotate tool. If we hover the tool over a surface, it changes colour, either green, red or blue. The colour relates to the axis. To rotate modules in TreblD, we will always use blue. So with our module selected, we hover over a horizontal surface, the tool will turn blue. If we hold down the Shift key, it will stay blue no matter where we move the cursor. Now we move the centre of the tool to the centre of the X. The rotate tool is a 3-click tool. We click once on the X, move out to the red direction and click again. Then we move the cursor to follow the circle. This will crank the loo around to where we want it. We crank it around 90 degrees. The angle will show up in the bottom right corner. Now click again and that's it. It's time now to make our decks, so we'll take a look at our picture. We need to put a deck in here. Decks are in the missing out area. We'll zoom in on the deck and grab it at the base. We may want to use this deck again in a different location, so we'll make a copy of it. We do that by using the Move tool and we tap the Control key. You'll see a little plus sign come up next to the cursor. So we now take our copy over to the model and place it where we want it. Now we'll use the Select tool and have a little chat about groups. A group is basically a saved piece of geometry in SketchUp. If we click on it, we can see a blue highlight line around it. This indicates that it's a group. If we want to change the deck, we'll double click on it. Now you can see this dotted line appear. This means we can now edit our group. Now we're going to use the Push-Pull tool. If we hover the tool over a surface, we can see the face become shaded. So we'll move to the side of the deck and click once. We can now push it in and pull it out. If we point to the grid line and click, SketchUp will edit the deck accordingly. Now we click outside the dotted box to close the group. Just click out here somewhere in space and now it can't be edited. If we tried to push-pull it, it wouldn't work. Now we're just going to copy this deck and move it to the other side of the house. So we use the Move tool, tap the Control key, zoom in and move it into position. Now we're going to edit this group. We double click on it and push-pull it into shape. We can navigate around and pull the deck out, then hover the tool over the side wall as a reference point. We then click on the wall to set the change. We then click in space outside the box and the group will close. So we'll go to the Model tab to see the whole model and it's looking good. So it's time for us to make our own group. Using the Select tool, we drag a box around the whole model. It will light up blue. We then right click and select Make Group and go to our Entity Info box. As you can see in this high-tech action replay, in the Entity Info box we select Layer and we choose level 1. We then name it L1. Now if we go to the layers menu, we can turn level 1 on and off. And of course we save our work. This process helps us keep our model organised so that we can make floor plans, presentations and even animations. This animation was made with just 3 simple TreblD groups. We used level 1, level 2 and a roof layer. Now we're going to create the second floor and call it level 2. We're going to put a bedroom in over here, so we'll just check our floor plan. And now head over to the bed and bath area. We're going to use this bedroom, but as you can see it's on the wrong angle and we need to rotate it to get it to fit. The move tool can also be used to rotate objects. If we take the move tool and hover above a group, we will see these 4 red marks appear. If we move to a red mark, the rotate tool will appear. So we click on a red mark and move the cursor around to follow the rotate symbol. This will crank the selected group around, and we click again to finish the rotation. Rotation angle is shown in the bottom right corner. Now we grab the bedroom by the bottom and fly over to our model. I'll just place it here for starters. Then slide it into position. The bedroom door is on the wrong side again, so we need to flip it over. And we'll flip it left to right. So now we'll use flip along group screen. Now we'll go back for the bathroom, which goes in here. We select the bathroom, zoom in, click on an X, and fly back to the model and place it. X over X. Then flip as required. Then we place the second bedroom using the same method. Now we're going to place the upper deck. First I'll update this scene and head over to the missing out area and place the deck using the same method as we did for level 1. We just put it into place and push-pull it into shape. So that's level 2, just about done. Now we're going to make it a group. We select all the modules. It's important that we don't select the lower floor while we're doing this. So we can turn that layer off for the moment by using the layers menu. So we drag a selection box, right click and select make group. In the entity info box we choose the layer level 2 and we name it L2. And in the high-tech action replay it's layer level 2 and we name it L2. So the model's looking good. With the new layers we can now take a look at the 3D scenes for level 1 and level 2 and also have a look at the floor plans for each level. So please feel free to join us in the next tutorial and we'll demonstrate how to turn these modules into a professional 3D model.